Oh no, not again. The Memphis Grizzlies had a 27-win season last year, crushed by an onslaught of injuries, and now they've got potentially a big one coming out of training camp. I'm Trevor Lane. This is the Basketball Bulletin. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to keep you up to date on everything going on in the world of the NBA and getting our subscribers up before the start of the season. All right, so Jaren Jackson Jr., key piece for the Memphis Grizzlies in the middle, was finally going to slide back over to power forward most of the time, playing alongside Zach Edey in Memphis. But Tim McMahon of ESPN says that Jaren Jackson Jr. experienced hamstring tightness during the first practice of camp. He's going to get imaging, and this is key, Taylor Jenkins, head coach, said we're anticipating a strain. The timetable is to be determined. Now, a hamstring strain could be a very wide variety of recovery timelines here for a hamstring strain, but this is not good for Memphis. Now, if this were, again, I'm not a doctor or anything, but just doing a quick search online, if this was a grade 3 strain, which is a complete muscle tear, I don't think they would be describing that as just tightness of the hamstring muscle. I don't think that's what we'd be hearing. So I don't think that's the case. If it was, he might need surgery to repair a grade 3 strain, but it doesn't sound like that's what we're dealing with. Grade 1 is the ideal situation where it's very mild. Maybe we're looking at like a week. Remember, hamstring injuries can be very, very tricky. But my fear would be that with Jenkins already calling it a strain, that we're looking at a grade 2 strain, which could involve some tearing in the muscle. If they're sending him for imaging and they're anticipating some kind of a strain, a grade 2 could mean he's out for weeks to perhaps over a month. Again, hamstring injuries can be very, very tricky and can also recur very easily. So the Grizzlies have to be very careful with this. This means Jaren Jackson's start to the season could very well be in jeopardy. The NBA season is just weeks away. Training camp kicking off for Memphis and already dealing with an injury. And this is to a key piece in Jaren Jackson Jr. The Grizzlies were so injured last season. They had 33, I believe it was, different players played for the Memphis Grizzlies last season. They did have some silver linings because they had so many players out of action due to injury. They were able to give minutes to a few younger players and find some diamonds in the rough, namely Vince Williams, Gigi Jackson. But guess what? Both of those guys are already out with injuries. The two main silver linings, now add Jake LaRavia into the mix as a guy who broke out a bit last season as well, but your two main silver linings, Vince Williams, Gigi Jackson, already out with their own injuries. Now we've got a hamstring strain for Jaren Jackson Jr. What is going on in Memphis, and what's it going to take for this team to stay healthy? You know, this is a very, very good team when everybody is healthy. In fact, I project them to be one of the better teams in the Western Conference, maybe even a team that could come out of the West. They are that good. This Grizzlies side is really talented. When you've got a lineup that can feature guys like Marcus Smart, like Jaren Jackson Jr., of course, Ja Morant, I think he's ready to have a big bounce back season. Desmond Bane can light it up on any given night. I think Zach Edey, who is the favorite for Rookie of the Year, is a really solid candidate to win it. I think he's going to get every opportunity to play a ton of minutes. Jake LaRavia did some stuff for them last season. They've got a number of players that can really step in and play, but if they keep getting hit by injuries like this, that depth is going to be chipped away at, and next thing you know, it could be another lost season for Memphis. Again, long way to go to get there, but right now, not a good start for Memphis to already be down Gigi Jackson and Vince Williams Jr., and now you've got a potential hamstring strain here. We'll keep you up to date, but for the former Defensive Player of the Year in Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, Ja Morant, talking about the Grizzlies as a whole, we all feel like we ain't done stuff yet. He's right. For all the talk about how good the Grizzlies can be, they have to get out there on the floor and prove it. Again, I believe this team can be very, very good, can be one of the most difficult teams to beat in the Western Conference. But none of that matters. That potential doesn't matter if the players aren't actually on the floor and healthy. Everybody, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Jaren Jackson Jr. already dealing with a hamstring strain. This could put the beginning of his season and perhaps more in jeopardy for the Memphis Grizzlies. Don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, everybody. See ya and stay safe.